For some business stories, international airlines flying between Nigeria and the Middle East have lost more than 7.5 billion naira in revenue after escalating conflicts involving the U.S., Israel, and Iran forced widespread airspace closures and grounded flights. Findings shows that Emirates and Qatar Airlines, which operates daily services from Lagos to Dubai and Doha, were unable to fly as hostilities intensified, leaving aircraft stranded and passengers disrupted. Emirates had planned to deploy its Boeing 777-300ER, while Qatar Airways scheduled its Boeing 787-800, combined about 560 passengers per rotation, but it was affected. Using conservative fare estimates, 1.3 million naira for Qatar Airways and that's 1.9 million naira for Emirates, the airlines are projected to have lost 7.5 billion naira between Saturday and Tuesday. Well, let's stay on this. My guest is Mr. Wole Shadare. He is an aviation analyst. He joins me for more on this. Good evening, Mr. Shadare, and thank you so much for joining us on the news.
Thank you, Tolu. Thank you for having me.
First, I'd like you to react to this and what it means for our aviation industry. 7.5 billion and an estimated amount. Of course, I know that. But in your thoughts, what does this really mean for us?
Tolu, it means exactly what it means because when this war started on the 1st of this month, we didn't know it would take this dimension. We thought it would just be for a few hours, for a few days. But the airlines are still counting. It is very, very difficult to begin to put actual figure to what the country has lost. But if you also look at it, the figure could be more. The figure you quoted could be more. It could be less, depending on what we are looking and depending on when these airlines are going to start operating. Looking at global aviation industry, the global aviation industry has lost so much money that, the International Air Transport Association, IATA, they are still trying to compute what the airlines have lost. Just last year, IATA projected that the Middle East aviation industry will grow and will earn about $40 billion. But with this war, which is this destruction, which is unprecedented, only surpassed by COVID. We don't know when normalcy is going to return to the global aviation industry. We're still counting those losses. The losses will be more at the end of the war. By now, I think that projection by IATA that the Middle East region is going to be profitable by $40 billion in 2026 is already been messed up with this crisis that is going on. So the aviation industry in Nigeria, if you also look at it, it does not affect Nigeria alone. It affects the global aviation industry. The aviation industry globally is bleeding. We don't know when we'll return to normalcy. We are still counting. The figure will definitely be more by the time this crisis comes to an end.
All right, at this time where, like we've always discussed, recovering from getting fully back to work after the effects of COVID-19 and other things that happened in that segment. You've talked about projections being affected. So what would now be, if you were to look at the outlook, what should we be, in terms of figures, what should we be looking at? Maybe percentage, because it looks like the airlines, even the stocks are already being affected by this.
Absolutely, absolutely. What we are going to do is to wait for IATA to give us what figures the airlines are expected to lose this year. This year was going to be a super bumper year for global aviation industry. But with this crisis, I doubt if aviation industry will be able to come back to its feet as quickly as possible. The losses they cut across all the regions of the world because aviation is global. Aviation is one village. What affects one affects the other. So, like I said, the projection has been messed up with. In terms of job creation, that one has also been set aside. In terms of profitability to the airline, that has also been messed up. So the airlines need to look at what they need to do to come back to profitability by the time this war ends. This crisis has ricocheted around boardrooms of international or global airlines across the world. So it's a very dire situation for aviation industry. And you know, aviation industry thrives on safety.
Yeah.
When you have missiles flying from one
All
country to
over.
another, so aircraft need to be on ground to
Mm.
make sure that people are safe. You can't begin to operate in an atmosphere of crisis, in an atmosphere of war. So safety is what the aviation industry is all about. We also hope that in few days' time,
All right.
they will be able to de-escalate this, and aviation will return to its rightful place.
All right, then let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, Mr. Wole Shadare, aviation analyst, for your contribution to the news.
Thank you for having me, too.